Hello everyone, welcome to this video where I am going to explore your subconscious mind so that you can discover what it means to dream of a river, a stream of water that flows from one place to another without you being able to control it. Which is very interesting because if you think about it, here we are talking about a dream that talks about the helplessness that you feel because everything in life simply slips out of your hands. Deep down, you cannot stop the unfolding of events, which at this stage of your life are simply overwhelming you. That's what we are going to be talking about here. But before going into the analysis, in case you don't know me, let me introduce myself. My name is Robert. I am a psychoanalyst with more than 30 years of experience. And in case you want to have a psychoanalysis session with me, or in case you want the psychoanalysis of one of your dreams, just send me an email to the one that I am going to leave you here below in the description of this video so I can tell you how you can join into my consultation. Now, back to what it means to dream of a river. This is a very important dream because from the outset, it is revealing to me that you are going through a phase of your life where you would like to have a break from the infinity of activities that you must do in your day to day. Therefore, we speak that for you, time events have simply begun to pass through your being without you being able to do anything to prevent this from happening. Which is very interesting if you think that with this, the dream expresses very clearly that your greatest source of anguish arises precisely from the fact that you know very clearly that at one point, even if you do not want it, you are simply going to be dragged or carried away by the current. With which, the question that I would immediately ask you is what happens if you just let go? Because deep down, that is your true desire, which is being revealed through this dream. Your longing to let yourself be dragged to find your destiny. But you don't because you force yourself to stay where you are right now. And here is the key to understanding where all your frustration come from. Those that lead you to somatize what happens to you through anguish, anxiety, or depression. Well, this dream is showing that you are somewhere in your life from which you clearly want to escape. But the interesting thing here is that you force yourself to fight with all your might against the current. And that explains why people see water gushing out of their dreams. Since, as you know, this dream manifestation has many nuances. It can be a river, but it can also be water coming out of any place where you are. It can be your house or also a street that you just walk through. That is why I have given this dream the nomenclature of a river. Because in practice, what happens is that you see in your subconscious a flow of water that, as I told you simply cannot stop. Well, this happens because you want the current to carry you away. You want to escape from the place you are in at the moment, but you cannot do it. Because it is yourself who is holding back from resting. And this is very relevant because the next question I would ask you is why do you force yourself so hard to stay in that place? Not to get wet, not to let yourself go. Because obviously, if you did, you would completely lose control of your life. But in that process, you might finally be able to find the place where you are supposed to be. And here is the key for this whole thing. Because if you think about it, you are the one who does not dare to go to that place. In general, people who have this dream are those who are trapped in a reality in which they do not want to be. They have rooted themselves in certain situations or certain experiences because they assume that it is there where they will find greater security to live their lives. But the problem is that the dream comes to indicate precisely that you want the opposite. You want the water to drag you down so you don't have to be the one to make the decisions that are going to end that security in which you find yourself at this moment. And as I was saying, there is the whole source of your frustration process. Surely, you are going to feel anxiety or anguish or annoyance just in the moments when you remember that you must remain in the place where you are now. It can be a job, a college degree, or a relationship. Or it can be a family situation that you have committed to and that you assume as a matter of duty, but in which you no longer want to continue. The problem is that you do what is expected of you. You fulfill your commitments. You are someone who has taken root in the environment in which you live. But it is that very thing that has come into conflict in your unconsciousness. Because on the one hand, your perception makes you believe that there is no way out for it. But on the other hand, you want with your whole being to escape from that place. Flee. Leave it half away. Because deep down, what you want is to have your own freedom again if you had it at some point in your life. But the question is that people who have this dream usually tend to believe that they have no escape, that they simply must stay there until the end of time, because that is what is expected of them. Oftentimes, these people tend to fear too much what others will say about them if they simply decide to let themselves be carried away. And this is very relevant if you think that sometimes it is not a bad thing to say, I don't want to be here anymore, or I can do this because as a human being, I also have limits. And that's what causes depression or anxiety. The fact that here we are talking about people who have this dream because they are somatizing the fact that they want to rest from everything that overwhelms them by allowing themselves to rest, but that in reality they cannot do it because their conscious mind forces them to repress that part of their being, the one that would tell you it's good, you must rest, you must think about yourself. And that explains the presence of anxiety or depression in people who have this dream, because they simply resent the fact of letting go, because that makes them bad people in their own eyes. Do you notice how this dream is a clear demonstration of the way in which your unconscious gives us signals about what is really happening to us? All of this suggests to me that you grew up in an environment where things always had to be done. Even if you didn't like them, you just had to do it because it was what you were supposed to do. With all security in your family environment, it was very bad eyes that you did not complete something once you had committed to it, which in any case is not a bad thing. The problem is when this thought structure becomes too relevant in your life. It is complex that has begun to control every aspect of your existence, which is precisely what we have to intervene so that you can have a balanced life, which in the end is what is sought with all these processes. As you can see, This is a much more complex dream than it might seem. So you have to pay close attention in case you see a large flow of water in one of your dreams. For the same reason, you already know that if you want me to psychoanalyze some of your dreams or have therapy sessions with me, just send me an email to the one that I leave you below so that I can tell you the way in which you can integrate to my consultation. And please do not forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video if it helped you in any way, and share it so that others can access to this kind of knowledge. Have a wonderful day, and with it, the most beautiful dreams. Bye!